Oh, good morning, everyone. How are you today? I hope you're fine. And I trust you're good. Okay, I'm so sorry. We have to do the class here today again. Actually, I don't know what happened. I don't know. I was asked to fix a particular thing last time. So I think I forgot. I did not fix it. So right now, as I tried using it again, going live, I was asked to fix that first before. So and there's no more time, so that's why I'm here. I'm so sorry about that. I hope you don't feel disappointed that the class is no longer the other way. So I'm sorry about that. And today is Trisha's voice, and I'm here to take you on a topic: domestic violence. I'll still introduce myself again for the newcomers. I am Ambassador Patricia Godwin Solomon. You can call me counselor. So I trust you're doing well. Please, if you have your friends, family, neighbors, please show them this chat or this class. Let them be part of this class, because domestic violence is a serious problem in our today's society. It's affecting everyone, both the young and the old. So no one is exempted. So I'll go straight to the point because we are already late. What is domestic? Let me use the word first, domestic. What do you understand by the word domestic? When somebody says domestic, what does it mean? It means a lot of things in different, depending on the context or whatever you want to use it for. But in my own context, which has to do with violence, I would define domestic this way: that domestic means belonging or relating to the home, house, or family. It has to do with the home, the family, the house, meaning that it's not far. It has to be with people that you already know, people that you get used to, you see every day, you live with. Now, what is violence? Violence, Oxford Language Dictionary defines violence as behavior involving physical force intended to hurt, damage, or KI.L someone or something. KI.L, you should know what it means. Someone or something intended to hurt, damage, or destroy. You can use that word, something. That's the meaning of violence. So now when you want to match the two words, violence at home, violence in the family, violence within family members or between family members. So now, domestic violence can as well be called family violence. You can call it family violence, and it includes all ranges of abuse, including economic, physical, SE.XAUAL. So, and then emotional and psychological towards children, adults, and elders. I have seen two persons already. Welcome to my class. You're highly welcome. You're highly welcome. You're highly welcome. So, domestic violence can as well be called domestic abuse. Domestic abuse. Remember, I said the word domestic means, in this context, it means relating around the family. So it could be called domestic abuse or intimate partners violence. You can say intimate partners violence. It can also be defined as a pattern of behavior in any relationship that is used to gain or maintain power and control over an intimate partner. You get what that point is saying? It's a relationship or what you do to gain. You gain control over someone. You are ahead of the other person. You're stronger than the other person. So in domestic violence, one person is at the gaining side and one person is at the losing side. That's what I'm trying to explain here. The two persons may not really operate at the same frequency. It means there's somebody that is abusing somebody and there's somebody that is receiving the abuse. That's what it means. So what is abuse? Abuse and violence and domestic, in this context, they are going to be interrelated. So sometimes I'm going to use domestic violence and sometimes I'm going to use domestic abuse. So abuse is a physical or SE.XUAL emotion, economic or psychological actions or threat of actions that influence another person. As in what this place is trying to say that is that abuse is a physical, emotional, economic or psychological actions or threat of actions that influence another person. These are actions that influence another person. The other person is doing something, is being forced to do a particular thing because of your action. That's what it means. When you force somebody to do something out of the person's will, that's an abuse. I don't want to do this thing, but the person lured me or forced me into it. Not lured, forced me into it. It's an abuse. Okay, Kenneth Asukwa is watching. Welcome, Kenneth. Welcome. Happy to see you this afternoon. Okay, abuse includes the following. Any behavior that frightens, intimidate, terrorize, manipulate, hurt, I said humiliate, blame, injured, or wound somebody. Any behavior that falls under these things I mentioned, any behavior that humiliates you, intimidates you, frightens you, manipulates you, is termed abuse. Now, domestic violence and abuse can happen to anyone, any race, age, doesn't select age, it doesn't select your orientation, does not, religion, gender, it does not select. So now when we talk about domestic violence, the first thing that comes to mind is that women, abuse of women, no, women actually also abuse men. Yes, so it's vice versa. Children abuse adults do same to children. So it's not about age, it does not have age range or whatever. Okay, and then domestic violence can occur within a range of relationship, including, now when I say domestic, remember when I was defining according to Oxford language, it defines it as a relationship that surrounds or that rotates in the house, within family members, within friends, people you're used to, partners. Now I'm going to tell the three category of places or people where this thing takes place. Number one is among couples who are married. Married couples. And then it happens with people living together. It happens with people who are dating. It happens among friends. So domestic violence affects people of all socioeconomic background and education level. It doesn't select. These are the things to be spotted in domestic violence. When you see these things in a relationship or in another person's relationship, you should know that there is a problem and there is a violence taking place in there. Number one is the abuser exerts powers and control over the victim. To exert powers over the victim. You notice that I had already said that one person is at the giving and one person is at the receiving. One person is ahead of one. So meaning that there is one person that is of higher power than the other person. You understand? Then domestic violence usually escalates in frequency. It will not just start immediately. It has the way it operates. It moves in frequency. The first one is it escalates in frequency and severity. Now, from arguments, you notice that after arguments you start quarreling. After the quarrel, you now start having voice, you hear voice raising. The voice has left the tempo at which it was. It has escalated to another level. Maybe the voice, they were now talking, they were initially talking slowly. All of a sudden you start noticing that there is increase in the voice, and then that's to show you that the thing is, there's a trigger somewhere, and it may lead to another thing which has to do with, which may be fighting. Yes, it may lead to fighting, and from there it will lead to injury, and then from injury it may lead to death. And then after it leads to death, the other party who abused someone may be in prison or may be punished and all that. So it moves from one stage to another. It's not just something that just happened immediately. Somebody's just here and all of a sudden it happens. No. If it happens that way, somebody's just seated here and the next thing something just happened. Check it very well. It could be an accident. Remember, we have I don't know how to put it. They say there's domestic accidents. You know, there's domestic accidents like maybe water spilled on the floor and you slip and fall and then something happens. So that's not violence. The violence means that somebody is there to do the thing to you. That's what it means. So, signs of domestic abuse. Signs. The things you will know, or the things that will make you know that when you spot this very thing, or you see this very thing in somebody, know that abuse has taken place. There's something happening. Number one is use of intimidation or threats to gain compliance. Intimidation or threats to gain compliance. The person will always intimidate the other person, threaten the other person, you know, I will do this to you, I will do that to you. Once you see that, there is a tendency that something of domestic violence will take place. And then the next one is fun making or embarrassment in front of friends or family. Some persons are fond of, you know, making fun of their partners in front of families or friends. You know, look at her, she can't cook. Who brought hey, you cook? No, it's not me. I didn't cook food. Who cooked it? My friend, my girlfriend. She's the one that cooked this kind of food. It's not even sweet, and they start laughing and making jest. Meanwhile, you're hurting the other person's feeling. You get? So the third one is your partner makes you feel like you are unable to make decision. They want to take decision for you in everything. I want to study engineering. Say, no, you can't do that. You have to be a microbiologist or whatever. Perry Idam, thanks for coming. Perry Idam, thanks for watching my program. Thank you. You understand? So that's for that. When your partner tells you that you are nothing without them, that's an abuse. Some people will make you feel that they are the only cock that can crow, you know. They are the only thing, in fact, they are the best thing that has ever happened in your life. They always rub it on your face all the time. That's an abuse. You don't have to do that. Then the other one is when your partner calls you several times at night or show up to make sure you are where you said you would be. This happens most especially with young persons who are dating. Maybe you have noticed one or two things with your partner and then you start calling. Where are you? I'm at home. Okay. What are you doing? I just finished having my bath. Okay. Where are you going to? I want to pick something at the family house. Okay. They have already, in their own time frame, they've calculated your movement already for you. So while you are here, busy, feeling free, somebody is watching you. How do I even put it? Psychologically. You know? So in the next 20 minutes, you notice they will call you. Where are you? Just stepping out. Why are you just stepping out? You're supposed to be at the family house. Why would you not be at the family house by this time? You know? And the next thing you see them coming there to check if actually you. So those are abuse. You are abusing the person. That is abuse. If you don't know. So when your partner use drugs or alcohol as an excuse for saying hurtful things or abusing you, in that same manner he will do more. Some persons will hide under the influence of alcohol or drug to, you know, abuse their partners. You have finished taking alcohol, you come home and be beating your wife. You beat your children, you throw them out, you do a lot of things. And then the next morning, you come and apologize. I was drunk. No, you just abuse someone. There is no excuse for that. There's no excuse for that. When your partner keeps you from leaving after a fight or leave you somewhere after a fight to teach you a lesson, just know that you are in danger. Some parents or some persons, when they finish beating you, they will lock you up. You see them, I have locked my wife up. You have finished beating somebody's child, you have locked the person up again. Once you see that, those kind of attitude, just know that somebody is abusing somebody in that house. The next one is your partner always blame you for how they feel or act. You understand? You've inflicted pains in someone. Instead of you to apologize and take responsibility of your actions, you will now say, no, you caused it. You see, you caused it. I told you don't go to that place, you went, you caused it. Now you are now justifying that the reason why you abuse your partner is because you told your partner to do a particular thing and your partner did not do it. That's why you are abusing the person. It's not, you don't have that right. It's not right. You don't justify evil with what you have finished doing evil and you're trying to justify it. It's not right. So when you see those kind of partners, just know that they are abusive partners. They don't take responsibility. They're always blaming you. They're always blaming you. They're always blaming you. You're the one that dropped the kettle on the road. Now that is a road. People are passing through there. Mistakenly somebody kicks it, or maybe your partner kicks it and the content has, poured kind of. And then instead of you to take responsibility that you dropped the kettle on the road, you will now say, were you not looking? Why were you not checking when you were passing? You should have seen it. Why? You will never blame yourself for not keeping the kettle right. So that's what it happens. So when you see those kind of things, just know that abuse is there. And then when they prevent you from doing things you want, like spending time with friends and family. Some relationship will tell you, I don't want to see you with anybody. I don't like seeing you with anybody. Once you see somebody telling you that, just know that the person is abusing you. If you don't know, that's an abuse. How will you look at a full-grown human being and then expect the person not to relate? You're indirectly trying to put the person into complete isolation. Let the person stay at home and what? So many husbands, so many men do that. They do that a lot. I have told you I don't want to see you with any friend. I have told you I don't want any of your family members to come here. I have told you be on your own. How can a human being just be? I'm not saying you should go around making friends at random, but then we are human beings. We live with each other. We grow by living together. You understand? So if she's hot, how will she get help? How will she get help? That's why some people will tell you, you don't go for people occasions. So how do you expect people to start coming to your own occasion? You now want to do your child's birthday, you expect the whole world to come when you have literally not allow your own children to attend functions or attend other person's birthday party. So that is it. And then the next one is when he makes you feel like there is no way out of the relationship, nobody else will marry you except me. You see, you hear those kind of things. You see, a man will tell a woman, nobody will marry you like this. You are shapeless. They'll start body shaming. You understand? They start body shaming their wife. Look at you, you're so shapeless. You don't have this, you don't have that. Who do you think will marry you? I'm the only one. I'm the only one. I've seen cases like that. When you do that, you're abusing that person. That's an abuse. That's an abuse. And because of all this kind of abuse, a lot of women are now doing what they're not supposed to. You see them trying to get a body shape that is not theirs. You see them trying to do a lot of things to maintain the standard. They will bow 3 ears. They will go and shoot their nose to be pointed. They will start popping lips. They will do a lot of things. They will do the other one, do this one, do this one. Just because they want to meet up with what you want. That's an abuse. That's an abuse. So when I want to talk about personality type or self-esteem or whatever, I will talk about that very one. So the next one is when they treat you roughly, grab you, push you, pinch you, shove, or hit you, know that the person is abusing you. There's some partners that once you're talking to them, as you're talking to them, they'll not even allow you, they'll push you. Maybe you're talking to them and you're just by the road. Instead of them to tell you, excuse me, can I pass? Or allow me to pass? Or make a way for me to pass. They'll push you out of their way and pass. That's an abuse. That's not really right. You know, when your partner start pressuring you, SE.XUALLY, for things you aren't ready for, as in, how do I even put this? I'm trying to be choosy with my words. Maybe it's time for love making. Let me use that. You understand? It's time for love making, and then there are some things you don't like, or you feel is not right for you, and your partner is pushing you to do that very thing. That's an abuse. For instance, let me not even go far today. I'm not really strong today to give you the energy I used to, so just take me the way you see. For instance, now you want to normal place, or the normal place where you may I use pigeon, where you dey use make love, na kpekus. You understand? Na kpekus. Now the guy now don change pattern, say he no wan use speckles, he wan use the other side, the side where you dey use excrete. Nigerians will understand this one. You understand? You no wan use the normal way where you dey use dey do the thing. Now he wan go use the other side where you dey use the shite, or how do I put it, excrete, and you don't want it. He's forcing you into it. That is an abuse. Anything that is not accepted by you, you don't want it, and somebody is forcing you into it, is an abuse. That's why we have problem everywhere. When the complications come, the complications will start coming, the person will not be there. It's an abuse. Some ladies give in, they do it. Let me just do it. I don't want it, but he wants it. I don't like it. I'm scared of it. So you know the implication of that thing you're doing. And because you want to please somebody, you're doing it to the detriment of your own health. No, that's an abuse. And then how to know that you are in an abusive relationship? How do you know that you are in an abusive relationship? Number one, do you sometimes feel scared of how your partner may behave? Do you sometimes feel scared of how your partner may behave towards you over a certain thing? Like, for instance, there are some women that once they just, hear the horn of their husband's car, you see they will be running. Why are they running? The man has already given instruction. Anytime I'm coming back, I want to see you inside the house. And now the woman is outside. So she's running now because she already knows that there's going to be problem. The children are running helter-skelter. They're looking for here. Everybody's hiding. When you see that, there is an check. If you check it very well, there is an abuse. There's somebody abusing somebody in that home. And then the next one is, do you constantly make excuses to other people for your partner's behavior? Let's assume that your partner is a kleptomaniac. A kleptomaniac. Kleptomaniac means somebody who picks things, who steals. Whether the person is in need of that thing or not, they don't need the thing, but they must always, pick things, steal, carry things, I'm trying to be choosy with my words. You understand? Now, that is a serious case and you know the implication. But each time people come up to tell you, this is what your partner did, instead of you blaming your partner, what you did was wrong, or trying to find a way out to solve the problem, you will now defend him. He doesn't used to. I think it's a mistake. He's not like that, oh. Some women will even tell you, he does not used to beat me, oh. He doesn't beat me. Meanwhile, inside the house, both, all the injuries on your body, it is that man that has inflicted them on you. But you don't want to say it. You're trying to. And that's why people hide under domestic violence till the day they die. I forgot. Interruption. I'm so sorry about that. So, you notice that they are beating you every day. They are giving you everything every day, slapping you up and down. But you'll be telling lies. No, he does not do. Just because you don't want people to look down on him. You don't want people to see him like a problem husband. You don't want people to know what is happening. You know this mentality that we grew up with. Anything that happens in your family, let it remain in your family. Don't let anybody hear. Don't let anybody hear. Don't let anybody hear. Somebody will die one day. They will bury the person. Yes. You are hiding things that you're supposed to be saying. You're supposed to speak up. When somebody is abusing you, speak up. You will hide it till one day they will kill you. Oh, pardon me. Forgive me. So the next one is, do you try not to do anything that would cause conflict or make your partner angry? All your life, you're trying to please one person. You're trying to please this person. I just want him to be happy. His own happiness is the only thing that happens in your life. Your own happiness, you cry inside the room on your pillow and swallow it. You are the bulletproof machine. You get? So he cannot swallow his own. He cannot tolerate his own, but you can tolerate and swallow. My teacher told me in my secondary school, my CRK teacher, then it was CRK, Christian Religious Knowledge. He said, whenever you are pressed and you don't cry out, you are hurting yourself the more, and it's not good for your mental health. Of which is true. Whenever you're having a problem, you keep concealing. The thing don't full till your chest won't burst. It's still there. You're not crying out. Even if you cannot tell somebody, go inside your innermost place, talk about it. A man just talking it, saying it, crying out, and the tears drops. It's a big relief. Go and try it. You thank me. Somebody is hurting you. Cry it out. When there is nobody, cry it out. Say the things you want to say. Tell your God what you want to tell him. When you come out, pour water on your face, take your bath, and come out and receive fresh air, you will feel a new energy. It works. So that's for that. And then the next one is, do you believe that you can help your partner change if only you can change something about yourself? If only you can change something about yourself. That meaning that when you change this particular aspect of your life, your partner will change. What do I even use? Okay. I had already used that side. The love-making aspect. Your partner does not want to be doing the thing in the peku side. He wants to be doing the thing in the other side you use in excreting. I don't want to mention the words, please just pardon me. Do you understand? And now you don't want to do it that way. You want to do it the normal way. And because of that, he has started going out. Some people are even going out because of it too. My partner does not want the other way, so I like going out. I have somebody who does that for me. So they now start going out to do the other way, So because you have noticed that, because you have refused to do the usual way, you now want to bend your rules. Like, okay, let me adjust. Okay, let me try it. Let me be doing it so that he will stay at home. You are being abused. Somebody is going to abuse you seriously. And you know the implication of not doing the thing at the right place. God created everything unique, and then everything about you is special. So once you go contrary, there are penalties. You pay for it. The money you would have used in taking care of yourself, eating well, buying good things for yourself, you'll be using it to do repairs. I don't want to talk about that one. It's a topic for another day. Okay, do you always do what your partner wants you to do instead of what you want? I think I've already said that now. You always want him, you're always doing what he wants, not what you want. So you're living all your life to please him. Do you stay with your partner because you are afraid of what he would do if you break up? This very point is a serious point. This very point has caged so many persons. You understand? So many persons. You are into a relationship with a man and you don't want the relationship again. You're not happy in the relationship and the man has refused to change. You have made up your mind you want to take a walk, and now this man is an abusive person. Now you are afraid. How do I walk out? How do I live? How do I go about it? You are not afraid. You cannot go because of what the person will do, because you feel the person will come looking for you. That's a serious, in fact, first class abuse, that very one. So that's for that. Now, power and control will in domestic violence or domestic abuse. Power, control will in domestic violence and domestic abuse. The first one is using coercion and threats. Using coercion and threats. Always threatening partner about doing something hurtful. That's what that point is saying. Something hurtful like threatening to leave or to commit suicide. You're always threatening to leave. You're always threatening to do something. You understand? And then the next one is threatening to report to welfare. You know, making him or her to drop charges. You know, making him or her to do illegal things. That's all that one falls under using coercion and threats. Number 2, using intimidation. Some people use intimidation or intimidating way to abuse people. They intimidate you. And some of the things they do to you is that always making your partner to do or to be afraid of you by using looks. Looks, you know that those looks. Because you want the person to, to feel your vibes. You will now be those kind of looks that are very, 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 very weird. Very crazy looks. Looks that your partner cannot talk to you. That falls under intimidation and it's an abuse. The next one is gesture, action. They will use action. They will use the way they will do things. You now know that this one. The next one is smashing of things. Some persons, once they are angry, they will start smashing things. This cup, they are talking, they will smash it on the ground. Blah! When you see those things, they are just trying to intimidate you to comport to what they want you to do. Or to, how do I even put it? To conform to whatever thing they want. You get. And then the next one is abusing pets. Destroying properties. I've already used that one as an instance. Abusing pets. They'll stop feeding the dogs. If they had dogs in the compound, or a dog or dogs, they will not feed the dog. The woman will refuse to give your dog food. So when you go to work and you're coming back, you notice that your dog hasn't eaten for days. And what happened? They didn't feed the dog. She's just trying to find a way of getting to you. Especially when she knows that you're so much in love with your dog. So not giving the dog food is indirect way of not giving you food. Women. So you can't do anything. So when you see that, you want to align with what she wants so that next time when you travel, your dog will not stay like that without eating. That's for women who don't love dog. They just feel it's only the man that is so crazy about this dog. I will not feed that dog. So that dog, through that dog, I'll be able to get him. Destroying weapons. Still part of what I'm saying. The third one is using emotional abuse. Putting him or her down every time. You're always down. We talk down. Making her feel bad about herself. Not only her, even him. The next one is calling of names. This one is very, very common. Calling of names. The fourth one is making your partner feel guilty. You understand? They want to always make you feel guilty. Some women will refuse giving their husbands food. They will not give you food. You will not eat. They will not give you food. So it's not right. That's an abuse. Because you just want to, show your anger. You finish cooking food. And do you know what some women will do? The time that you're quarreling with them, in fact, that time that there is a problem in the oh, my connection is slow. The time that there is a problem in the house, that is when madam will fry chicken. will cook the biggest meat, the things you love. If you're a type that love fruit juice, you'll be seeing different varieties of fruit juice, and they will not give you any one. Some women are that bad. Oh. This juice you will not drink, and they will use their money to do all those things. Those are emotional blackmails. You're just blackmailing your man. And then the men also do emotional blackmail. They are all plenty pattern too. You know what they do? Some will reject food. When you finish cooking your food and you drop it, excuse me, on the dining, they will abandon the food there. They'll come back from work, enter their house, they'll take their bath, enter their room, sleep. They will not eat that food. That food will be there till the next morning. The next day, you prepare again and keep. They will not eat. Some of them will even make up their mind, and they will tell you, as in they are saying it to themselves, throughout this week, I will not eat in that my house. Did you hear the house they are not eating? Their own house, my house. That is to, get back to the woman in a way. And you know that some women are very emotional. When you don't eat, they feel very uncomfortable. He has not eaten. Most especially, he has given money, we have cooked and he's not eating. My husband has not eaten. So some women, some husband who maybe that your wife's big point is when you stop eating her food, she'll be very, very uncomfortable. They will use that part to get back. Maybe they are waiting for apology, for you to come and apologize. Honey, come and eat. Dear, come and eat food. Please now, please now. They just want that part. That's one. There are some women, if you like, reject the food in the next 1 year. They don't even answer you. But for those of you, do you know that they eat? I'll just tell you today. Let me give you one example. They used to eat outside. How can he stay 7 days without eating? He has been eating outside. And you're not sleeping fine. So the trick in it is that they want you to be uncomfortable. Those are emotional blackmail. And it's not supposed to be. Eat your food, but make your point straight. Me, I'll eat the food. I'll still tell you what I want to tell you. This thing you did, I don't like. You give me money, I'll collect the money. This thing you did, I don't like. So if you're rejecting food, people wait up plenty. So people have a way of responding to issues. You understand? But it shouldn't be that way. It shouldn't be that way. And then the next one, the fourth point is using isolation. Using isolation. Controlling what your partner does. You control what your partner does. Anything, did you tell me about it? Did we discuss? Even the smallest thing you have to discuss. I had somebody was telling me that my neighbor doesn't give things out when the husband is not around. Even the smallest thing like broom. The things I hear, the things I see, said he doesn't. They don't. My husband is not around. Mama, please, my lighter has finished. And can you just help me with your lighter? Let me just use it to, help myself. I want to on my gas. I notice that my lighter has finished. My dear, my husband is not around. You've not met those kind of women. I have seen. They will not give you. You see that lighter? They will not give you. When the husband is back, go back and ask. And I used to wonder, is it that they don't want to give, or they are just using the man as an excuse? Do you understand? If not, what is there to give your neighbor lighter, to go and light her gas, if she wants to feed her children or she wants to make food for the family? What does it take? This and they are stunned. Let me not even say it. They are believers. I don't know. Let me not just deviate. That one is a topic for another day. And then the next one used here is limiting your partner outside involvement. Limiting your partner's outside involvement. That is, you don't belong to any group. You don't join politics. You don't join association. You don't even join women's guild. In my church, we call it women's guild. You don't join that guild in church. You don't join anything association. They don't even want you. But they are members of the church. They don't want you. You don't sing it. You don't join the choir. The things I hear sometimes. Honey, I want to join the choir. For what? For what? And they'll start giving you the negative part. You know, let me join the choir at least. No. I don't want you to join any group. That they are choir, that they are doing this, they are doing that. Meanwhile, it is the same choir that will sing praise and worship for you on Sunday. You'll be clapping your hands, you're dancing. But you don't want your wife to be part of the choir. You don't want her to be a chorister or a singer. You just marry the woman and kept in your own custody and control her the way you want. That's an abuse, sir. Abusing your wife. And then the next one is using jealousy to justify actions. People do it. People do it. You hear some women will tell their husband, I came here, you did not bring chair for me to sit. You did not bring chair for me. Happiness say, well, thank you, welcome. You did not bring chair for me to sit. Now you, as soon as the other person came, you went and you gave her a chair. As soon as the other lady came, you gave her a chair. Meanwhile, that could just be an oversight. That may be an oversight. And she's already jealous, you know. A lot of things. So I think that's for that. And then number 5, using children. People use children to abuse their partners or do other things. Number 1, making your partner to feel guilty about the children, most especially separated or divorced parents. The man used to send money. Maybe they're not staying together. He'll be sending money for the children's upkeep. And maybe a particular month salary did not come on time for the man to pay. And maybe he's trying to explain. You have already escalated the issue. You don't love your children. Come here, daddy don't love you. He has not sent money. And then you do those things and you involve the children. That's why I don't like when 2 adults are having issues. You bring in children. Children, you see that they are small, that their brain is like it's very, very magnetic. Very, very magnetic. Anything that goes in stays. Anything that goes in sticks. So you have to be careful. The next one is using children to relay messages. Yes. You don't want to talk to your partner. You use your child. Go and tell her to come and put food for me. Can't tell your mother I'm hungry. Go and tell your father to come and do this. So it's like that. And then the next one, threatening to take the children away. Sometimes that happens too. Number 6, using male privilege. The male privilege is not like it's only a man. In my own context, when I say male privilege is, the man is the head of the family. And that's what the Bible says. So, some people use that as a kind of a means. They use that very power or that very authority or God-given authority to abuse other persons, to abuse their wives. I am the man. What I say stands. I am the man. No other person can. I am the man. I am the one to. Do you understand? So treating him or her like a servant because you're the head. Making all the big decisions. Nobody has the right to make decisions except you. Being the one to define male and female role. Don't you know that as a mother, this is what you're supposed to do? Don't you know that as a son, this is what you're supposed to do? Don't you know that as a sister, this is what you're supposed to do? And you have not mentioned the one a husband is supposed to do and the one the man is supposed to do. You give other people rule and you forget your own role. Well, that's for that. And then the next one is number 7 is minimizing, denying, and blaming. Point 1 under this says making light of the abuse, that it was not serious. You have finished abusing somebody and then you start making light. Some men will slap their wife and it was just a joke. Now, it was a mistake. I was only joking. Meanwhile, it's not true. The next one, they will saying that the abuse didn't happen. This is the one that I used to feel very bad. I finished panel beating somebody's child. And now they have called for family meeting. Why did you beat your wife? Instead of you to apologize, I am sorry. I am sorry, I went out of my way, I'm sorry. You now say, it did not happen. Oh, I did not. Oh, she's lying. And the woman will be saying, he beats me. It's a lie. Oh, I did not. And you're denying. Causing another problem. Second class abuse is when you finish beating somebody and they're asking you and you're denying that you have you have touched that person. That's second class abuse. The next one is using financial and economic abuse. Financial and economic abuse. Number one, preventing your partner from getting or keeping a job. Now, what I want to say here is, if a woman accepts to be a complete housewife, when I mean a complete housewife is that she doesn't want to work anywhere. Her own work is going to be in her husband's house. I'm not against it. That is her choice. And if she accepts it and she wants it, she loves, she's happy in it, I don't see it as an abuse. But the situation where your wife is telling you, honey, I want to work, and you're saying, no, it cannot be in this my house. You can't live with me and be working. I'll foot your bills, I'll do everything. And she does not accept. That's an abuse. Sir, that is an abuse. If you did not know this one today, that's an abuse. Do you know why? Because that's an adult. That's not a child that you say she doesn't know her left from right. You have just, you know, how do I even put it? You have caged her. You did not even cage her. You caged her potential. You didn't cage all the potential she has. You cage her talent. You did not just cage the talent. You cage everything that would have helped another person outside. You pack all of them and just dump it in your house. A woman that is talented, multi-talented, like myself, yeah, he will now cage me and keep in the house. Me that loves to teach, I always want to share knowledge, I always want to see people happy, I also want to help people, I want to do humanitarian service, and then you're keeping me in your house. You will not go out. Hey, somebody can suffocate, or you will not know. I'm telling you, high BP will just come up. I'm just using myself. Oh, I'm a multitasking person. I'm multi-talented. I do a lot of things. So you marry a woman like me, complete packaged woman, multi-talented, that I'm supposed to be there teaching people, showing people right from, wrong, and then you're keeping me in the house. What am I doing in the house? Washing, cleaning, taking care of children, making babies. Every year we are making babies. No, it's not everybody. Like I said, it's not everybody. I'm not against it. But know that it's not every woman that can do that. Some of them, they will be machiating. Your wife is eating and she's not healthy. Ask her, why are you not looking healthy? What do you want? Husband, sometimes ask your wife, I noticed that you're not happy. I noticed that you're not looking healthy. Okay, tell me that thing that you want. If you tell me. You will hear the things they'll be telling you. Some may be just married out of love and they found themselves in there and they can't go out. They can't help them. So they just remain there and be dying in silence. Emotionally, they are dropping every day. They are going through depression and you don't know. That's an abuse, sir. A graduate, carry her, let her write application, take her to places, go here, apply, talk to your friends about your wife. My wife can do this, oh. My wife is this, oh. My wife is that. She's a graduate. She can do this. She's an entrepreneur. She's successful. If she wants to do business, open business for her. Let her do business. She will be healthy and she will live long for you. There's no need for all these things. I'm sorry. Forgive me. When you see me on the road and I greet you, just answer me. Okay, the next one is saying that the abuse didn't happen. Okay, I think I'm done with that. Okay, I'm done with that aspect. The next one is making your partner to always ask for money. Here's another point. It's not everybody that can ask for money. Like me, to take me time to ask for money, because I have believe in working and having money also. If my husband gives me money, I'm happy. Oh, I'll be so happy. But it's not everybody that can be asking for money. But some men will always want their wife to ask for money, and they don't give you excess money. Oh, the market you're going, everything. Some will you even write lists for them. Let me see the list you've written. Why do you want to see the list? Oga, you're defining roles. The role of a woman is to cook, is to maintain the house, make sure everything in the house is fine, stock the house, buy things for the children, and then they have written list and they have given to you. You want to see the list. What do you want to see inside the list, sir? Give her. That is her office. You are a secretary in your office, or you're the general manager. Nobody's teaching you your job. You know what to do. So why are you teaching her her job? Give her money now. You said she should be a permanent housewife. So that's what she's doing. When she's giving you list of items, don't argue. This list is too long. You have escalated the list. Why is this thing like this? You don't need to ask. That is her office now. Anamutum temple, to temple. He that walks in the temple will eat from the temple. That's on a lighter note anyway. All right, the next point is giving her an allowance. I've already mentioned that it's the same thing. Some men will always prefer to give their wives money at the end of the month. If he's a salary earner, I'll give you money. Every month I'll be paying you 100,000. Let me tell you one thing you don't understand. Allowing her to go out and work, and then she meets people. She is learning. She will learn new things. She will learn new ideas. She will bring in new knowledge to your own house. She will see other children, the way they progress, and she'll bring it to your own house to develop your own children. That is one. So even at the end of the day, you give her 50,000, she is satisfied. When you keep her in the house, she's limited to watching television and then listening to, watching all the, she's only watching and learning. All her learning is on television, TV, which is not really right. You pay allowance. Now, one question I used to ask is, now that you're giving her allowance, if anything happens today and you drop dead, people don't like saying that part, but I always want to say it. You know, we are in a world that we don't know what will happen next. Nobody knows tomorrow. Today, you are the MD, owner of empire and fame, and all. And the worst of it is that some of you don't even teach your wives and your children your business. You don't bring them in. You're signing document, they don't know what you're signing, you know. If anything happens, some women are now suffering because their husband's wealth and money is being taken away by other persons because the man did not bring them in. You have millions of naira heaped in your account and your wife does not even know. Nobody in the house knows. Daddy has 10 million, 20 million. Nobody knows. Nobody knows. So if anything happens, you die today. How will they be able to recover that money? The people that you brought in and you were giving them big positions, my secretary, my lawyer, I'm not saying it's bad. But what I'm saying is that any deal you're doing, let your key people be there. Because you see that burial, whether you like it or not, it is your wife that will organize it. And your children. And these are the people you have not carried along. Why are you hiding money? If you don't want to give your wife money, tell her, I will not give you this money. She will not beat you now. But let them know what you're doing. And then if you have money, give them money. It's only stingy people that used to hide money. You have bought more than 5 lands. Your wife is not aware of one. Your children don't even know anyone. And you are hiding it. Why are you hiding it? Do you have any other ulterior motive? That's by the way. We are still on violence anyway. The next one is taking your partner's money. Taking your partner's money. It's an abuse. You did not know that it's an abuse. It's an abuse. When you take your partner's money without his or her consent, it's an abuse. Your husband came home with 200,000. You have removed 30,000. Some of you, they will ask you, even be telling lies. Honey, yes, no, I've not seen that money. I don't know. That's an abuse. It's not right. Me, I will tell you, I took the money because you refused giving me money. I told you I need money to do something. You have brought in this kind of money to the house. And I'm here stranded. How can you be having money? I'm stranded. I have removed 50,000 from the money. And I've already finished using the money. So So even when he wants to be confused or wants to talk, he already knows that you are the one with the money. Do you understand? It's better that way than every time money is missing in your house. You're a stealing wife. I don't know. Anyway, that's for that. But that's not right. Okay. The next one is not letting your partner to know about or have access to family income. Yes, I've already mentioned that they don't tell you about their money. They don't even allow you have access to family income. Anything they give you, that's what you take. And then number 9 is se.xual abuse. se.xual abuse. Number 1 is accuse you of cheating. They accuse you of cheating. You're not cheating, but your wife is accusing you of cheating. That's not right. Excuse me. It's trying to tell you that we abuse our partners in different ways. The next one is want you to dress in a se.xual way. That is, indirectly they want you to dress indecently, which was our last topic. The last topic we treated was indecent dressing. When you see a man who is always telling you to dress indecently, that's an abuse. That man is abusing you. If not, why would he wear his own clothes and cover his body and then will now tell you to expose your own? Honey, don't wear this one. It's not showing this thing the way I want. Why did you cover everything? No. Expand this place. No, don't wear this one. Wear crop top. Wear the one that will open your tummy and all that. That's an abuse. You're abusing the person. The next one is insult you in se.xual way. I've already mentioned that. Or call you se.xual names that are, what is trying to say that during love making they abuse you. You see this very part. You understand? Maybe your partner, some people do it. Maybe your partner has offended you in a way, or there is a particular thing you want her to say and she has refused to say. And then you people are in the process of love making. You are in the process. That is when you now want to bring the topic, so that you now use that one to hold the person. Do you understand what I'm saying? People that used to do this one, they know. So I'm saying they already know. You will not ask things other times when it is time that you are in the act. Some people say caught in the act. You now want to ask the question. I saw you standing with that man. Who is he? Where is he from? And they will pause everything I explained and expect you to start explaining. That's an abuse now. How does that? The next one is force you into after that act. I have already mentioned that. Hold you down during they do that. S.E.X. They hold you down during that time. You understand? It is when you now want to go to that type to ask for things. That's when they hold you. Say, you remember this thing you did? This one. No way. They don't close the road block. And then the other one is demand for S.E.X. when you are sick, tired, or after beating you. Some people do that. Your partner is sick. She can't do the love making. So why are you bothering your partner? Her health or his health should be the first thing, which is the most paramount. So when you force yourself to do it when they are not sound, you're abusing the person. And sometimes when they are tired, you want to force them into it. I have told you, anything they do forcefully that is against your will is an abuse. And then the one I want to talk about is the beating part. That one, the things this my gender used to like, even the other gender, I don't know. Do you know that some women they'll be happy if you beat them first before you make love? Some of them are like that too. My gender and the other gender, they're like that. When it's time for lovemaking, they have to quarrel first. They have to start quarreling, fighting, break things. Wall clock will fall. They'll scatter the whole place. They'll pour water, litter the whole place, push clothes. They'll be fighting. All this fight, they have locked the door. And after a while, everywhere is calm. they do the thing, and they'll come out innocently. And you'll be wondering. They are talking to themselves. So they will communicate very well. And you'll be like, I heard them fighting. They were, what happened? The whole place is initially, you may not understand, but when you live with those kind of people, you will know them. Some persons are just like that. I don't know how they got to that point, but that's how they are wired. It can never be peaceful. But I'm telling you today that that is an abuse. Because this thing that you're doing to this person, you don't know the person's state of mind. You don't know the other person's health. If the person is, things happen. You understand? So nobody knows. Somebody can die in the process. Anyway, that's for that. The next one is hurt you with weapon or object during S.E.X. This very one, I read a story of a lady online, and she was asking people for help. How should I do this? What should I do? What was the issue? The issue is the husband, anytime he wants to make love to her, will always use weapons on her. Like now, they cannot make love in a place that is bare, like plain bed. No, it has to be where there are weapons. If they are making love in their room, and it's as if she says sometimes she has diplomatically packed everything from the table and everything. She's not putting everything very far, because she noticed that as they are moving around the house, he will see this one and he will carry, hit her on the back, drag her hair, jiggy. There are a lot of things, a lot of fantasy that you can never imagine. But that's an abuse. That's an abuse. And she said that the last one that almost took her life, as they were, in the process of the thing, the man used to take her around the house. That is their own pattern. And then I think he said he stumbled on a mirror, the mirror that fell and broke. So part of the mirror, the piece of the mirror, he took it and was using it to be slamming her bum, Bah! He will be doing the thing, he'll be hitting, bah! He'll be doing it with mirror. And then she was like, she said that day she almost died. And one of the hand is wrapping the hair. I don't know. That's an abuse, sir. You may kill your wife one day, all in the name of enjoyment or fantasy. That's an abuse. So she came and was asking for help. Okay, that's for that. And the next one is involve other people in SE.XUAL activities with you. Some people do that. You hear them saying threesome. They say foursome, twosome, and all that. No, allow him. Let him just come. Let him join. Against your will. That's an abuse. If you accept it and you want it, it is not an abuse. Or me, I don't see it that way. Because now you carry your mouth, accept. But the one that you don't want, you're not comfortable with, that's an abuse. And some of you, somebody will be abusing you, enjoying the abuse. That's an abuse. It's not supposed to be like that. And some of them, during the love making, they video it. Some people go as far as videoing it. They'll video it and put in their phone. Okay, Bridget. Okay, Gideon. Welcome, Gideon. Thanks for watching my program. Do you understand? So that's what that place is saying. They will video you. The man will I just want to keep it so that anytime you're not around, I'll be watching it. After videoing it, he will take it and go and show his friends. I was with my babe today. Come and see something. Today was not easy. They'll start showing you. Abuse of the highest order. As in, they will start watching you live. And some of them are so careless to a point whereby they will have to transfer the video. That your video, send it for me now. I will not send it out. And you don't want to use the other word that is trying to force itself out of my mouth. They will transfer the thing. The thing will start going. And the other person has collected. start going viral. Before you know it, you're seeing yourself everywhere. That's why some of the videos you see outside, sometimes it's not the person's intention to send them out. That's why women should be very careful about the kind of things they do. The kind of videos you do and send to that your lover. You do it and show every of your thing and you send it to your lover because you feel that is your lover. Or some of you are not even married. That is the man I want to marry. You understand? I love him so much. Because of love, you do a lot of things for love. You do a lot of things for love. And at the end of the day, you don't end up with this person. The person has ended up messing your life up. Will send you out. You will be seeing yourself everywhere. How do you correct the error? It's not necessary. Those things are not really necessary. Anyway, that's for that. Those that their ears are still complete, you should hear it. The next one is ignores your feeling regarding S.E.X. Ignoring. Your partner will come to you and want to say, no, it's not going to be. You ignore. It's an abuse because the person will be very uncomfortable. Using stalking method. This method of using stalking method. Stalking means any pattern of behavior that serves no legitimate purpose and is intended to harass, annoy, or terrorize. That's what stalking means. Somebody is here having a meeting, or let me say your husband is here having a meeting, you just barge in because there's a problem at home, you're having issue in the family. Instead of you to wait for him to come back to the house, then you people will now finish the whole thing there. You decided to bring it to the office. You're inside. The man is having a meeting with some person. You barge in. Excuse me, I want to talk to you. Excuse me. That's rude. That's so rude. Not only abuse. You're not just being abusive, but you're a rude person. That's so rude and disrespectful. So the next one is repeated phone calls over same issue. Stalking. I'm trying to explain what stalking means. Yeah, like your partner called the first time. Where are you? I'm still at the office. Okay. You know, he will now. Did you say you are still at the office? It doesn't sound that way. Come now. Come and say I'm here. The next one see me, they will call back. You're stalking the person. You know. Surveillance at work. You'll be sending the staff. Is my husband in the office? Yes. Be checking my husband for me. If you see any woman going to that office, let me know. I'll pay you. You'll be sending tips for the person. Okay, no problem, ma. No problem, ma. When the person is staying, he doesn't have money, we'll call you, ma. Oga drove out, sing, so this is 2 hours. It's not bad. 3 hours, say people are looking for him. It's not bad. And you'll be happy that you have gotten information you want to work with. You are even looking for those kind of information that will bring problem. That's an abuse. It's supposed to be. Causes of domestic violence. Insecurity is number one. They feel the best way to protect is to fight. That's insecurity. And then the second one is jealousy. I've already mentioned jealousy in one of the points. You're too jealous. When you're too jealous, you don't want to see your girlfriend standing with another person. If you see your wife standing with another man talking, they have finished you. You're not the okay. Next one is lack of finance. Sometimes when partners don't have money to do certain things, they get frustrated and it escalates to domestic violence. Yes, money runs the home. So when there is no money to fix things or one or two things, if you don't manage it well, it will escalate. 4 is poor family upbringing. Some persons were brought up in an abusive home, so they grow with it. Yes, Joy Kobe, okay, welcome. You understand? So they grow with it. You understand? They grow with it. They live where they beat people, where men beat women, women beat men. So it doesn't matter. When they see it, it's like the normal thing they see every day. And then environmental factor. People who live in an abusive environment are sometimes imbibe wrong morals, especially children. Yes. One day, one of my friends said, Patricia, do you know when I was a child, my aunt's husband used to beat my aunt so much. Every time the man will be beating the woman and my aunt will be shouting. And I will be saying to myself, when I grow up, this is how I will be beating my wife. I was like, really? So yes. That's what he said. He said, I was thinking that it's a very good thing. I was thinking that it means that thing he was seeing as a child to him was like he will make him a strong man. He's the head of the family, you know. And then I now ask him, so now I say now, childhood. So the things children see, you that may not mean or they may not understand. You understand? It's in them. If you don't correct it on time, they grow with it. That's why you have women beaters everywhere. Women beating men everywhere. Oh, you don't know that women also beat men? Women beat men, oh. Me, I have seen it. They will be fighting inside the house, fighting inside. Each time they want to start the beating, the man will close the door and just accept defeat. The woman will beat him and they will do a lot of things to him. When he finishes, he will open the door and come out. It was one day the thing was so bad. He brought it outside. She was beating the man. I don't know where she got the strength from. The man opened up and said, all this while, my wife has been the one beating me. She's the one abusing me. She's the one beating me. All this while, you know. Please, adjust. The next one is genetics. Some persons' abusive lifestyle flows in their gene. Yes, so abusive lifestyle flows in their gene. If you go to the family, everybody's a fighter. Everybody's a fighter. You understand? The man is fighting, the woman is fighting, the children are all fighting. They are all, everything in the family is just like that. So you notice it runs in their gene. So if you marry, if you're a quiet person or a disciplined person or someone who understands all the ethics, moral ethics and all that, and you're being married into that family, you end up seeing yourself joining the war. Then the next one is lack of confidence. Lack of confidence or self-confidence leads to abuse. Some people don't have self-confidence. So anytime they want to air out their own view, it must come with a fight. It must come with one thing or the other. Personality disorder or psychological disorder. Now, personality disorder is a behavior that are different from what is considered as normal, like behavior that are of the opposite side. Now, the society is saying there should be no domestic violence, and you are saying domestic violence must be the order of the day. So every time you're contradicting the law, every time you're contradicting what is right, it's a personality disorder. You're not normal. So, and then cultural belief, they have the right to control their partners. There are some belief that they feel that the woman does not even have, like somebody told me, not even, that one is not far. You know, when I was forced to ask, what is even the problem? I said, no, in my place, women don't talk to men. In my place, a woman is not supposed to come and ask questions. In my place, a woman is not supposed to do this, is not supposed to do that. So any woman who tries to talk to them or ask them questions, you are just you are very saucy. They will tag you a lot of things. They will see you as disrespectful. A lot. Some people are like that. You cannot on your own go to ask questions. It must be a man. So if you want to ask the question, you must follow a man. They are not title holders, so they are nothing. Normal human being, but they don't just like the idea that it is a woman. It is a woman. It is a woman. Sometimes you hear people saying, I went to that church. It was a woman that owns the church. I can't stay in that kind of a church that is owned by a woman. People do it. People do it. Some will say, why would they bring a woman? How would a woman even be a minister in charge of a parish? I don't like any parish that a woman is in charge. I don't like. So they already have this feeling that it must be a man, not a woman. And because of that, they sometimes abuse women. They abuse women. Why is your husband acting like that? My husband does not like you being a woman. How do you cope in the house? No. He does not like you being a woman. He's coming out to maybe they want to pay a particular bill and the woman just maybe come to give the money up. Why did you not bring the money by yourself? Why did you give your wife to bring? Does it make any sense? My husband has given me money, go and pay, and I brought the money. Instead of you to collect the money and okay, tell him thank you, you are now angry that I'm the one bringing the money. Ignorance. Some people only they sew the thing like jackets, but you have to change because that's an abuse. The next one is anger management issues. Some people don't know how to manage their anger. You know, they allow it to escalate, and that will lead to domestic violence. And then low self-esteem also leads to them. We are talking about causes. Low self-esteem leads to that. Now, number 12 says learn behavior from growing up in a family where domestic violence was accepted. I've already mentioned that. When you stay with these people, you learn a lot of things. You notice that when you send a child to stay with them, you know, and that child is coming out to mix with other children that are morally sound, you will see some lapses in that child. And then the next one is low level of educational opportunities. Low level of educational opportunities does not mean that I don't know. When I talk about education, I sometimes don't like talking about it's not always about being literate. It's not always about being literate, because even we have people that are learned, the literate ones, they are even the ones causing more problem. You see a professor beating the wife to death. A prof that is supposed to be a role model, somebody that is supposed to even guide against this kind of thing, but you're the one doing it. So it's not about education. It's not about how educated you are. It's not about reading and writing. It's about understanding societal standard and understanding the moral value of your place. You're supposed to protect the women and not to batter them. Now, the next point is high unemployment rate. Yes. Some of these people you see as area boys are graduates. But because lack of job, they don't have a job, they have now resulted into going into the streets to, you know, hawking, doing a lot of things, touting and all that. So that is just the thing. And then the next one is low level of community involvement. Some communities don't even talk about it. You are in a community, somebody's harassing somebody, somebody's is abusing somebody, and nobody's saying anything. The chief of the community is not saying anything. The leaders are not saying anything. That's not right. And then the next one is weak community effort against abuse. When neighbors are unwilling to intervene, this one is the one I don't like. Some people will say, I'm minding my business. You're minding your business till they will beat your neighbor and your neighbor will die. And you're still minding your business. It's not right. When you see two people fighting, separate the fight. If you cannot separate that fight, scream. Call people to come and help, because you may be saving a life. I watched a video online one of the times that a man and a woman had issue. They started fighting from the house. They brought it outside the street. The man was still beating the woman. The people in the streets came out. Oh, guys, don't be this woman again. Men vex. Come on. Some people go hold the fight, tire, move. You the whole fight, tire. You are seeing that and you're tired. So when I was watching the video, inside me, I wasn't feeling fine. I was like, I wish I can just jack my spirit and give to one of the guys. We'll bundle the man, take him out of that place. That man was beating that woman on the road. You see the crowd. They were watching. Let him beat now. Did you hear the comment? Let him beat it. Let him beat her now. Nah, so. May beat him. When he kill him, now he will carry and bury. Did you hear what they were saying? I heard the things. I was like, what are these people? People don't even know how this thing works. Somebody is going to die. Somebody's daughter is going to die. A mother is going to die and leave children. And you are in position to help that woman. And you're saying something else. You know, when I saw the video, I was furious in my mind. That man beat that woman till that woman dropped them. And when the woman died, they now, hey, you don't kill him. Go carry him. I told my sister, why did you show me this thing? Why did you show me this kind of a thing? You did nothing. So this is what the point is talking about. Your neighbor is screaming, help me, oh, they will kill me, oh, help me. And you are there because you don't greet, you don't talk, you don't help. You act like you don't care. Even if you cannot separate the fight, scream. Open your door, scream. You people should come, or they will kill this woman, or come and help this woman. You may save her life. You may help somebody. Now, that woman that died, The family will be missing her and they will be mourning her till today. The children she brought, I heard she had about 3 children. The children are now motherless. And the man you're talking about, whether they say they beat the man, they did jungle justice to him, what has it changed? Does it change anything? We have not done anything in the society. That very thing was supposed to be prevented, but nobody did. And when I saw the able-bodied men in the streets talking, God, Patricia, Godwin Solomon, it's a big problem. Oh. It's a big problem. When you see these kind of things, you should know where it's leading to. Fight against it. Be your brother's keeper. Support your own neighbor. You don't need to. How can you be alive and your neighbor is slaughtered like that? And you did nothing. You were minding your business. It could be you. It could be you. Anyway, next point says, easy access to drug and alcohol. Yes. When they have easy access to drug and alcohol, they do a lot of things. They will be drinking and be committing crimes everywhere, doing a lot of things, messing up children, defiling people, is wrong. And then the next one is high rate of poverty. High rate of poverty also causes domestic violence. It causes domestic violence because when you don't have, you tend to do a lot of things, and that may lead to that. One thing leads to the other. And then the other one is the acceptance of violence against women. You don't have to accept that. Just like what I explained. The woman was the one using her mouth to say, my husband does not like when a woman is talking to her. And the question that was in my mind was like, as in what I had in mind, that if it were to be like she was talking to me face to face, the question I asked her is, your husband does not like talking to women. So how do you cope with him? How do you talk to him? When you want to talk to him, you lie down and talk to him. He does not like you when a woman is approaching. I don't get, how do you approach? Esther Emmanuel, you're welcome. Thanks for being part of my class, my sister. The next one is the belief that men should be dominant in relationship. I've already said that now. It should be the head. The man should. You stress the man out. The next one is male se.usual entitlement. Yes. They'll say, I'm entitled to it. I'm entitled to have it. After all, I'm the head. I'm the this. Anyway, we go straight to the consequences. And then after the consequences, we go to the solution and we end the class. The first one is, it may lead to some health risk. Domestic violence leads to some health risks like substance use, alcoholism, or suicide attempt. The second one is high-risk sexual behavior such as unprotected S.E.X. Decrease con.dom. Con.dom. Decrease. The consequence, that's the consequences now. And then the other one is early se.xual. Okay. Initiation. We'll leave that part. Number 4 is choosing unhealthy or multiple si.x partner. Or you trade it for food. Those are the consequences. And then the next one is victims may engage in unhealthy diet-related behavior such as smoking, fasting, vomiting, overeating, and abuse of diet pills. That's the consequence. When you abuse somebody, the person will now take solace at maybe taking drugs or smoking or doing a lot of things, other things, just to console herself or himself. So the next one is anxiety. The next one is depression. You go into depression. The next one is symptoms of post-traumatic stress disorder. You understand? And then the next one is antisocial behavior. Antisocial behavior, behaving in an opposite way, an acceptable way. Some persons who have been, we've seen cases of persons that have been RA.PE. They've defiled them. So you notice that after the whole thing, they're not normal. Each time they remember that thing, it's as if they want to go mentally deranged, you get. So that's for that. And then number 8 is su.c.dial behavior in female. After you abuse them, they'll feel like taking their life. A lot of things. Those are the consequences. And then low self-esteem. When you subject somebody to that level, the person will now look at himself, that means I don't want anything. And then the other one is inability to trust others. You will not trust others. Sometimes persons still find it difficult to fall in love. They don't fall in love anymore because of what they have been through. So those are the consequences when somebody is in love with you and you take advantage of that person and abuse that person. When that relationship is over, it will take that person time to get another person that the person will trust and fall in love with that person again. You get? And then the next one is fear of intimacy. They are afraid of being glued to somebody emotionally. They don't want to. They don't even want to have anything to do with you emotionally. They can relate with you. So those are the consequences. And the next one is sleep disturbance. The happening keeps appearing in their subconscious mind. Yes, you see them trying to sleep, they cannot. They'll be having nightmares, a lot of things. The thing that happened that time is, replaying. And then the next one is flashback. It's still the same thing. Sometimes they have a flashback of what happened. The other one is replaying assault in mind. You keep thinking about it, how it started and how it started and how it started and how it started. Esther, well done. Esther, thank you. Now we're going to the preventive measures or solutions. There should be solutions. How do we prevent it? What are the solutions to domestic violence? Number one says availability of crisis intervention strategies. Availability of crisis intervention strategies such as number one, provision of crisis intervention services. Provision of crisis intervention services. Now, what this point is talking about is that there should be intervention services to cope domestic violence, to aid, to help reduce it. Things should be put in place. You understand? To reduce these things. Now, what I'm trying to say here is that the welfare, some people feel the welfare or the state welfare is just to, it's just for, I know it's for vulnerable people, but sometimes people narrow it to just when somebody is sick, you have a connection to that person, you go and see the person in the hospital, or when something happened in the state as a whole, like crisis in the state, that is when the state is involved. Individual well-being is one of the responsibility of the welfare, yes. So when somebody abuses you, one of the places, if you go to the police or make a complaint, another place you should look for is the welfare. Is the state welfare. Go and look for welfare. Ask of the address. Go there. Ling Young Edit, thanks for coming. Thanks for watching my program. Go there and lay your complaint. I was abused, or somebody abused my child. And you lay your complaint there. They have a responsibility and a part to play. So you don't just die in isolation. Now, those intervention, another thing I want to say is that I noticed that, in fact, it's one of the things that has been in my mind. The police station is quite far from the people. At the state level or local government level, the police station is sometimes quite far from the people. Like now, where I'm staying at municipal, the police station we have is the one at Federal Housing, and it covers the whole of that. For me as a person, I feel that the gap is too much. The gap is too much. Within that my terrain, that very station covers, we should have like 3 police stations there. I don't know why it is like that. If that is the structure or if that is the law, I may not know. But as a person, as a guidance counselor, I feel that we should have more police stations. Something is happening at where will I even mention? How do I even put it? And then before the police station will now reach the venue, the deed has been done. And then now, another thing I want to suggest concerning this crisis intervention is that there should be sections to cope. There was a time I heard they said they want to do street police. And it was supposed to be a federal government project or thereabout. They were recruiting people. They want to do street police. Like let me say, in the whole of Marian, they should have like 2 points of street police. Street police in the sense that if something happens immediately, they are the people around are the people to be contacted first. If you contact them, they will now know how to relate to the other level. Of which it was a good plan. Because sometimes something will happen here and the whole thing will end. The police station, nobody is hearing. The police are not aware. Before they will tell them and they will start coming. the whole thing has finished now. So I feel this intervention, or this availability of crisis intervention strategies, those are the things. Employ young people, make a point, keep them there, let them check what is happening around. If there is any issue that needs the police to come, they will immediately call the police. There's a fight happening at the market, immediately they will come. So how will the police get to know? And the way Nigeria is structured, it's not like abroad, that by the time they just ring one bell like this, before you say jack, they're already there. Our own is not like that. I've had issue and I've gone to a report, and somebody told me there is no fuel in the van. I am telling you that somebody's life is at risk. Somebody is dying, and you know me, I was screaming like a mad person. Oh God, somebody is dying, I'm telling you, and you're acting so cold. Why are you acting cold? And he was like, madam, you're insulting me. I said, no, sir. You're not acting accordingly. I came to tell you that somebody is trying to kill somebody there. Come and rescue the person. I expected you to act. And the next thing you're telling me, there is no fuel in the van. Oh God, do you want me to buy fuel? I asked him. No, tell me I should buy fuel. I'll buy fuel. But the thing is that you have to rescue that person. If I finish buying the fuel and you don't rescue that person, is the problem. And he now noticed that it's like this one. Their head, they hurt sometimes. And I say, madam, don't worry, don't worry. Hey, you. Something that you should even be thanking me. I was like, what? So we need more interventions on these things. We need it. That's for that. Sorry, I was talking too much. And then the next one is the use of crisis hotline. I noticed that I have seen some hotlines. In fact, I'm so sorry. I was supposed to copy the hotline for Cross River State. I was supposed to bring it, so I read them out. When you have fire outbreak, I think maybe one of the class I will do that. I'll just take that upon myself to do that. Or I'll post it, I'll make it as a post. Anytime there is crisis, if it is fire, you use this one. If it is accident, you use this one. The lines are there. But we should try and make it available. We should circulate it, let people get to know. And then when they call, you respond. Like what happened the other time. Fire outbreak, fire service, no water. I don't want to go into that. The next one is provision of shelter or other emergency residential facilities. You know, this will help shield people or persons who are in crisis. Yes. When somebody is abused, you know, and the abuse is deep or was kind of deep. When the person finished taking treatment in the hospital, the person is not supposed to go home direct. Maybe like a husband beating the wife, or injured the woman, or did a lot of things to the woman's body, and then they took the woman to the hospital for treatment. As she's coming out, that point is trying to say that it's not right to take her to the house immediately. There should be a place like a kind of a shelter or emergency residential facility for the woman to stay there. Maybe she could stay there for 1 week, and as she's staying there for that 1 week, the bill is not on her, it's on the government. It's on the state government or the federal government or the local government or whatever. So what they will do is you keep her there, make sure she eats well, and then somebody should be there to talk to her. A counselor should be there to talk to her and then try to balance her. Therapists should be there. We have a lot of work to do in this country. So by the time she stays after a week, you have taken time to talk to her and bring everything down to normal. She can now go home. And then the person that abused her should be invited for the same thing. You keep the person and talk to the person and let the person know that this should not repeat. Or if the person has to face the law, the person will face the law and be punished. And then the next one is supply of adequate transportation network. I have already mentioned that now. Not when crisis has happened before you now want to come up when the thing has ended. And then enactment of laws that allows victims to, victims of abuse or the abusers to be taken away from home. Yes, like the children. You have battered their mother and they have seen it. If you're taking the mother to go and keep in a facility where she should receive treatment, the children should be there so that it will balance up immediately. So provision of emotional, provision of emotional support. The other one is developing courses on parenting skills. Yes, parents should be taught on all these things so that when their children grow up, they will not derail. And then provision of advocacy and legal assistance. And then the last one is provision of supplementary support services. provision of housing and safe accommodation. I've already mentioned that. So these are the things we should do to check domestic violence. Domestic violence has made a lot of persons have gone down. They've already gone down the, the lane. Some are forgotten. So please, if somebody is abusing you, speak up. Speak up. Don't die in silence. Speak up. Call people. Tell somebody. Go to welfare. Report it. I'll make sure you get that address. I'll make sure you get those lines. So that when it's like that, you call or you take yourself down there. Or you go to the police station to report. So at this point in time, I have come to the end of my today's class on Tricia's voice. And the topic, domestic violence. So please, stay safe and make sure you don't abuse. And I am still your lady, Ambassador Mrs. Patricia Godwin Solomon. And for now, it's a bye.